Hello, this is Brian Barrett of Mandela Effects, and on the latest Mandela Effects, I'm going to talk about one of the most exciting findings in terms of Mandela Effects I wanted to share and talk about. Now, it's related to cars and auto. I have gone to car shows in the past, Man's car shows, Lugnut's car shows, and a few others, Pipes and Pipes. And even my dad went to a Corvette show a long time ago and he got some awards around Newburyport. And when he had a Corvette in the I think around in the late 1980s, somewhere around. And I want to talk about the hubcap that I had found just about a week ago when I was taking a walk, heading home. Somebody was actually throwing it out in the trash near my house, and I had known about already known about Volkswagens, the V and the W. There has been some other reported Mandela effects, and I even saw a report on eBay that somebody was even selling the Volkswagen, the logo hub. They had the logo, but it was no such thing in this world. It came from the other side. But there was another one. It wasn't this one. This is another version. It could have been from another realm. This is too strange to talk about. And I'm gonna explain what's going on. I got some Chevy shirts, and the Chevy was also the victim of the Mandela effects. I think there's been quite a few. Many people, of course, clearly remembered having the ends follow the same direction as these middle ones as well too. And number two, some people remembered having the letter the second E totaling 3 E's as CHEVEROLET, having the second E between the V and the R in Chevrolet. And the logos may be slightly different. And I got quite a few of those car shirts. And another thing too, some people remember, like my classmate, where I went to school with high school. Like some people clearly remembered that I think it is proper, the God's way, that the green light was facing the sky. The facing was on top, and the red light was at the bottom. The green gold light was at the top, and the stop light was at the bottom. But as we always know, that the yellow light, the wait light, remains the same, of course. I think there's a few train systems that were like that, but I did have a play school traffic light that train set had when I was really little, and I always thought it was always been red on top and green on bottom. There was just the two lights. But I gotta say, I always remember for a long time I even had a few traffic lights that's red on top and green on bottom. The devil's red belongs to the ground, and then the green, the gold light, is like go ahead to heaven, faces the sky. That's how proper. This is how the proper way it should be. But this is crazy, folks. But this is I want to talk about the most. I found this hub, and I want to explain a few things about this the W here. It's not like in this world. So why I looked it up, and why do I ever? It's like that one of it's like those V's making up for the W, the V, which is actually, this is the V and that's the W, but it's like representing two V's kind of. But what it is crisscross, is overlapping in this, making the X crisscross. No such thing in this world that I ever saw a Volkswagen that crisscrosses like that. In this world, in this reality, is always a little division between the V and the W. It's always been the division. division there in between. And so, and it says it was some sort of, I don't know, like a serial number, and manufactured in take a look. Yeah, it's upside down. It says like it had the numbers. I don't know if it's a phone. That's no, it's a serial number. This is made in Japan. It was from the probably around in the 1960s. Famous for their, they probably had used it for some of the Beatles, but I think they were using it for those little camper vans. They came out in the 60s. Those peace vans. And I have seen a few of them at the car shows. Then they have a few versions, quite a few different models over the years, and they use these basic hub ties. I'm looking at it upside down. The inside. The other backwards, and you're seeing it in the other 3D. You're kind of seeing it clearly better, but it means it's the same thing. It's this opposite 3D. You're not supposed. In this world, there is no such thing, having that going straight across on one of those V's and one under it. It'll always been a dash between this V and the W. Now, there's kind of a couple others in it, so I gotta say, I think this hub was manufactured in the bigger brother Earth. It came from a parallel Earth that somehow got here by mistake, or what happened, or I guess it has been a few cases of it, that sometimes stuff that comes from the other side actually comes from this side. There are paranormal stuff that goes on. Other things I want to say, there's a number of people do clearly remember that there was no dash in between, but instead it just be all solid, the solid V and W. And there were some reports in the movie Back to the Future with Michael J. Fox in 1985 that part of the movie got changed, and then they did show. I don't know. I have to learn more about it, but some people have remembered there was a paranormal change in that Back to the Future movie, and it's also tied to it's very tied to those time machines and time travel is using the parallel Earth. It's always been because it creates a paradox. So I guess there's but another little report, there was actually a third V with like a third little mini V on top on a few of the cases, and I have found these too. Pictures of it, the little V. So this is Brian Paul Barrett, and don't forget to subscribe to me, folks. Battery's running out, but this is the information. And then Sara Lee, if you remember, if it was Sarahalee. If you remember, it is Sarahlee as Sara Lee. Please comment. I don't think there's ever any reports, but I just want to verify it. Brian Paul Barrett, thank you for watching.